Within the next 12 months, we're going to monetize the asset side of the U.S. balance sheet for the American people.
Your home equity, the safety net you thought was untouchable. They're already mapping out how to siphon it without ever calling it a tax. The Treasury Secretary just said it out loud. That's code for turning your assets into their revenue. And he gave himself 12 months. We're already halfway through. Let me show you exactly how it works. And this is about to sound really crazy, but all the sources are pinned below in the comments. America's tab is out of control. Roughly $36 to $37 trillion in federal debt, projected to blow past $50 trillion within a decade. Social Security's main fund is set to hit the wall in 2033. That's about 96 months from now. When the math stops working, politicians don't cut. They look for new revenue, quietly. And the biggest target in plain sight is sitting under your roof. The ICE Mortgage Monitor shows mortgage holders with about 17.6 to 17.8 trillion in home equity. And the paid off homes and total homeowner equity pushes into the mid-30s, roughly 34 to 35 trillion. Tappable equity, what lenders say that you can pull while keeping 20%, sits around $11.5 trillion. 2/3 of that belongs to people with 760 plus credit scores. Translation, the easiest group to squeeze first.
I do believe that there is discussion to leverage the asset side of the U.S. balance sheet in favor of a fund, whether it's a sovereign wealth fund, something, as you discussed, supplemental fund. So that is very much in the mix. We always look at the debt of the United States, and we have fantastic assets that could be earning, leveraged, or used for multiple revenue-generating opportunities.
When they say monetize the balance sheet, they don't just mean buildings and land. They mean housing, mortgages, equity. Monetize, it's a polite word for extract value from you.
Is it ever passed on? Have you ever heard of this tax money being collected and passed on to the consumer to pay? Have you ever heard of that?
Well, the most recent studies from...
Okay, let's go on to this point. I have a better point. And when it goes into the coffers, that money is then going to be a part of the tax dollars that can be accorded to persons in terms of a tax cut. Is this true?
It's part of the overall...
Yes, it is true, which means that the consumer, the person who pays that tax, this tariff tax, when he makes that purchase, is going to put his money in your coffer, our coffer, and then the president later on can say, you got a tax cut, but it's really the money that the consumer has put into your coffer. That is true. I yield back.
This isn't new thinking. It's been in the plan all along. Here's the playbook, and there are 5 steps to this. Step 3 is downright dirty, and step 5 is gonna let you know where your place in line falls.
We've had lots of banks coming through. The president is very engaged with this. The housing market is obviously very important in the U.S.
Step 1, the inflation tax you never voted for. Home prices drift up. Your county reassessment lags 2 to 3 years. Then wham! Your bill catches up and jumps 50, even 100%. Property tax collections have already surged since 2019. Not because you got more services, because your paper gains got harvested. Nevada is even floating a constitutional reset to reprice its sale. That's a stealth tax bomb waiting to go off. Step 2, the Trojan horse revenue fix. This isn't the old DC wealth tax talk. Under Trump-Vance, the big tax cuts were extended, which punched a multi-trillion-dollar hole in revenue. So instead of saying new taxes, they'll slip in resets, fees, and levies tied to property values. They'll brand it as affordability, fair share, or service modernization. Same skim, better optics. Step 3, forced equity release, dressed up as help. Reverse mortgages, they already exist. Now the government backdoor, it just got wider. The FHFA approved a second lien pilot for Freddie Mac. $2.5 billion cap, 18 months. Maximum loan, $78,277. That lets new, government-blessed second mortgages sit directly on your equity without touching your first. The Treasury Secretary called housing his big project for the fall. It's August. The timeline, it's live. Step 4, turn housing gains into spending and skim the flow. The Fed's own research shows rising home prices nudge people to spend a few cents more for every dollar of paper gain. In the 2000s, equity withdrawals hit roughly $900 billion a year. Today, extraction is only about 0.42% of equity versus a long-run average near 0.92. That's a $500 billion plus shortfall not coursing through the system. Washington sees that as lost velocity. The fix is obvious. Open the taps. Step 5, regional beta tests. They won't roll this all out everywhere at once. So watch Texas, watch Florida, watch Louisiana. Inventory's building there. Prices are softening, and officials can sell emergency measures without really saying the quiet part out loud. If you live there, you're the test group. And if you think this is too dark, remember 2008. Homeowners lost trillions on paper. GSEs got lifelines. Families got foreclosures. The pattern was set. Protect the system. Push the cost onto the household.
The stock market is now down 21%.
Because we're now down 43%.
It was the worst day on Wall Street since the crash of 1987.
Now they're circling back with a shinier label. How they'll sell it to you is they'll say, trade a tiny piece of your house's value and we'll erase some of your student loans. They'll say, we already sell special visas to bring in money, so why not use the sleeping money in your house too? They'll say, our efficiency office found savings. Unlock homeowner value. That means take cash out of your home so the government doesn't have to cut its own spending. They'll say for climate and infrastructure, stronger roofs, safer power lines, better roads. Be a good American. Use your home equity to help. Different words, same idea. Your house pays.
Yeah, I think I know you're going to see over the coming months and quarters, this administration, now that we're doing peace deals, trade deals, tax deals, we are really going to work on this housing affordability crisis. That's one of my big projects for the fall, along with several other branches of government.
There are 3 ways that this plays out from here. 1, we get a boom. Deals and rate tweaks, they juice activity. The prices pop. Your assessment catches up and your fixed bills double while nothing in your life actually changed. Or 2, an inflation grind. Numbers go up, your purchasing power goes down. You pay more on values that don't buy as much. The skim keeps skimming. Or 3, the equity unlock wave. We got second liens, reverse mortgages, new help programs that quietly attach themselves to your deed. The lien stack, it grows. Your cushion, it shrinks. Government wins first. The homeowner pays. So let's flip the game. And this is how we do this. Step 1, you fight the bill. If the county says your place is worth too much, appeal it. Bring 3 cheaper recent sales, photos of real condition, and any repair bids. Plenty of appeals win. That lowers your bill this year and next. Step 2, put shields on your home. File your homestead. Add every cap your state offers. Whether you're a senior or a veteran, or you're on disability or portability. Shields don't cut services, they cap how fast taxes can climb. Step 3, use debt that ages well. Only take long-term fixed-rate loans that are paid by rent checks. Rents can rise, and they typically do, but your payment doesn't. Inflation slowly shrinks the balance. Step 4, line up money before you need it. Get options in place right now. Seller finance, subject to, wraps, and a small 0% business line if you qualify. These are for maneuvering on deals, not for spending. LoopholeLending.com if you're curious. Step 5, buy for cash flow today. If it pays on day 1, you're safe. Refis later, those are a bonus, not the plan. The bottom line, Treasury is showing you what to do. It's the plan they're using to save themselves. You can use it too. You monetize assets. You focus on housing. The clock's ticking. Either your equity becomes their fix, or you set up assets that make the system pay you instead. Your call. Yeah, but Matt, I'm too busy to do all of this. Well, that's fine. If that's your situation, I made this here just for you. Thanks for watching, and meet me over there, or I'll just see you next time. Take care.